Well, because historically, if you during Ebola, for example, the G7 leaders came together, and it was President Obama who was really leading those discussions.
Yeah.
The president of the United States right now doesn't seem too interested in doing such a thing. Who are the other world leaders that we could look to for guidance during this, and do you think that's something that will happen?
Well, at present, it seems that there are really no adults in the room. Nobody is taking the global responsibility. And therefore, we don't have a global plan of action, not in the field of healthcare, and certainly not in the economic field. Many countries are looking just about their own interests and competing with the other countries for the scarce resources, like medical equipment. Traditionally, the US was the responsible adult that in a case like the Ebola epidemic or the 2008 financial crisis stepped forward to be the leader of humanity, and in both cases managed to gather enough countries around it to prevent the worst outcomes. Now the US has basically abdicated its role as global leader, basically says, I don't want this job. I care only about myself. And when you look at the actual response of the US in its own house to the epidemic, maybe it's not such a bad thing that it's not responsible for the world, because it's doing worse than almost any other country. Not just, they compare it to China often, but not just to China. You compare it to South Korea, to New Zealand, even to Greece. Greece is doing an amazing job in containing this epidemic. If I had to choose, say, between Greece and the United States, who should be leading the world now, giving us a plan of action, I would definitely choose Greece.
Wow, that's quite depressing.